This is the Troll Patrol. Live. With Justin. Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol. Live. Spider, the lights tonight are green. Bandana is a baby blue with crosses on it. I like the guess the bandana game. That's fun. It will keep you on your toes because I have many. I'm wearing my Jesus shirt tonight. Jesus loves you, but I don't. Go fuck yourself. Allow me to light up. What's up, lady? Welcome. Nice to see you guys. It's close on the color wheel, yes. It's been a while since I've gotten to enjoy Coke on the street. My delivery, my giant ass sack I got, just came just a few minutes ago. I am sorry that it is snowing. We're getting ready to have a cold snap here. Today was pleasant. I've had the door open. I have French doors in my bedroom. They have been open all day. The cats didn't know how to act. I guess they've been cooped up for too long. Smokey and Maynard got into a big fight out there on the patio. I had to go yank Smokey off of the screen in the middle of the day. I guess he wore himself out because he's in there on the bed asleep. It's been very pleasant here today, but tomorrow, I'll go ahead and say, like, I might not possibly be on because we're supposed to get thunderstorms as the cold front moves in and the temperature. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Smokey. Sniffing at the door. Don't go out the front door much because he has to put his harness on. He doesn't like to put his harness on. Hello, Sky Comet. Welcome. I let them play outside all day. I had the doors open. It was sunny. It was like 70 degrees. Fucking thank God. But I mean, it takes a dip again tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. Weed! Don't mind if I do. Hello, RB. It's been a little bit. I've been surviving on scraps for like the last week or so. It's probably been since back in November that I didn't have a meme up. I'm stoned. I don't know what's going on. Here you go, meme of the day. It is, I have not taken a bong rip on the stream since probably November. I got really sick and I just couldn't handle a bong. Yeah, Spider, I've been surviving on resin and scraps. I had something going on with my lungs, and I couldn't hit the bong for the longest time. I was watching the new Ghostbusters movie, and like it came up, and I'm like, oh, I can breathe again. Like I'm gonna pack a bong, and that would have been like mid-January. Absolutely sucks to be running low on weed. I just got my delivery minutes ago. That's why I'm a little like I might if I settle into this, I might pack the bong and take a rip on stream for the first time in fucking forever. I feel you, Comet. I can't take a break. It's what helps me concentrate to like do work. I don't get anything done. I'm without it because like down. I had a program director at a radio station that was sure when I came in bouncing off the walls that I was on something. And I'm like, no, that's when I'm sober. I like downers. I smoked the Chiba. And back in my younger days, I liked the pain pills. Don't do that no more. Yeah, smoke it up. This is my favorite glass pipe. This is the one that hits the best. All of them have a different kind of hit because I probably have 10 glass pieces. Got a couple of chillums. I got a Helix chillum. I've got all kinds of different utensils. I got a snake that's a wooden bong. Not a bong. It's a wooden pipe. On speed, I just have ADHD. I'm probably undiagnosed ADHD. I don't know that. I shouldn't say it without a diagnosis, but also, I don't have health insurance. It wasn't a thing when I was a kid. At least it hadn't made it to the Appalachia region yet. We're always 20 years behind the times. Mark Twain. Rephrasing. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle talking about going to war and all this shit. What do I have planned for the show tonight? I don't know. We want to watch this Russian Defense Ministry releasing this video of tanks crossing a bridge. State Department calling that Russian video propaganda. Listen to President Vladimir Zelensky speak on what he's calling the Day of Unity. This is the day that, the international community been saying that Russia would invade Ukraine, and Zelensky had mocked it, made it the Day of Unity. So he has a big speech. About 8 minutes. I pulled that up, but do I care? Kind of bad to do a political stream and be like, do I care? It's rich for the U.S. to accuse another country. That would have been my assessment of the video as we watched it. It's rich of the United States to criticize another country for propaganda. Jesus. I got news about compromised people receiving a second booster. Dr. Fauci video. Shit about like how Christmas Day probably killed a lot of people. Because of the COVID. We watched a Putin speech one time. I do believe. Ooh, now I am looking forward to this Jordan Peterson video saying what the truckers in Canada actually want. Because fuck, I don't know what they want. So remember, we watched a video of them the other day encouraging them to know their demands. Constitute your demands. I got video of Senator Kennedy. That's always fun. Old Lady Kennedy just has something stupid to say. Schumer is warning of a shutdown. I got Bernie video. That's what we can look forward to. I've got video of Bernie letting some people have it. Word salad incoming indeed. Welcome, Ginger. Great to see you. Oh, I've got a senator saying that inflation cost the Bengals the Super Bowl. Oh, come on. Now that's getting to the fun part of the show. Oh, yeah. Rudy Giuliani might be cooperating with the January 6th committee, but then went on TV to trash it. Oh fuck! And I've got a porcupine eating corn. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I do have some fun videos. This isn't a bad show up. I'm not high enough for this shit, or maybe I'm too high for it. I do want to watch the video of the tanks. Russia says video shows tanks, military equipment leaving Crimea. Wait. I've got all this shit turned on. It's telling me I've got my limit of free articles. Putting the meme back up. Take care of this. Twitter's behind a paywall. Well, I mean, it's a sign up. It's not a paywall. Good Lord. Yes, we watched that video last night, Sky Comet. Charlie Kirk acting stupid. And I had Charlie Kirk speaking, and I had the video of 50 Cent over it. Fucking stupid. Tanks. I don't know how the fuck with as many ad blockers I have, we get an ad on this shit. Fuck you, Reuters. Seriously, I got like 3 ad blockers. Oh no, I'm not in my right browser. If sexual anarchy is what you want to do, I'm down with it. I'm sure Charlie would describe my behavior as sexual anarchy, though I don't think so. But it's just a new catchphrase. So this is what Russia says is them pulling out of Ukraine, pulling some of their troops back. The United States is calling it propaganda. But I mean, even a propaganda piece is a sign that, hey, we don't intend to attack. The State Department earlier today.
Secondly, quickly, I noticed that the Russian Defense Ministry has issued videos showing
Ned Price.
Vehicles.
Probably everything is propaganda. Everything is just a show.
What do you need to see?
The U.S. calling it propaganda is propaganda, yes.
Is some form of withdrawal. I mean, presumably you think that that video is not true? Or what is it that you would need to see? Would it need to be backed up by satellite imagery, or...?
It would need to be verified.
Well, I tried to verify that they actually had a bunch of troops amassed at the border.
To all of them. from the podium. But look, this is not an assessment.
And I could not do that from a source that wasn't U.S. influenced.
We have not seen,
because we all know the way
head to the border. So
U.S. newspapers report the news.
With specificity when it comes
and that like even NPR is culpable in that.
But I can tell you that we are pulling every lever at our disposal in an effort to make sure that we have as much visibility as we can.
But that sort of video is propaganda, do you think?
The Russians have engaged in a great deal of propaganda and disinformation on this very question.
And just lastly, are you concerned or convinced, by the sounds of it, that Moscow is pushing this genocide line to justify invasion? And just why are we seeing that now?
Well, you would have to ask the Russian Federation why we're seeing that now, but we can say a couple things.
How concerned are you?
We're very.
I don't know what they're referring
to. We know broadly that the Russians want to point to a fabricated pretext before undertaking aggression. It's precisely what they did in 2014 in Ukraine.
I will agree on the AP. Yes,
have haunting echoes of what we heard in 2014 regarding the persecution of Russian speakers in eastern Ukraine and Crimea. This is in some ways eerily similar to what we have experienced before. And so now that we hear Vladimir Putin, we hear other Russian officials pointing to genocide, pointing to pointing to what we have heard.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It gives us great concern that this could be part of the same playbook that they are reprising in the context of 2022.
That's the one with all. What Zelensky looked like earlier tonight.
Armed Forces of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. Glory to Ukraine. Who are defending our Ukraine on our Ukrainian land.
I'm interested to hear this because supposedly this guy was a comedian and an actor.
Can I ask you a question? And then I ask anybody.
Somebody's talking to the translator.
I want to make sure that the U.S. and UK ambassadors are not here, which they definitely are not available. But I think that's a pretty strong statement. It's like missing from the show of solidarity.
That the UK and the US ambassadors not there. My apologies. I thought we were going to have translator. We started off with a translator. But they mentioned that the U.S. and the U.K. ambassadors were not present. Interesting tidbit. Sorry, Zelensky. I was actually looking forward to hearing from you.
A vaccine effectiveness show that for the immunocompetent people,
Here's
a single booster shot continues to provide high levels
Fauci
of
giving his
protection
update.
against severe disease caused by Omicron. This should not be confused with the fact that for many immunocompromised people already a second booster shot, namely a fourth dose of an mRNA, is recommended because of what we know about their poor response to the initial regimen. And again, as I'll show you, new CDC data indicate that booster shots are safe and well tolerated. So let's get to some of the representative data. Next slide. This is a slide from the UK looking at vaccine effectiveness against hospitalization with Omicron. And you're looking at the diminution of efficacy or effectiveness after dose 2.
Well, at least the right wing has backed off on
and you're looking at
attacking him. I guess it's just because COVID isn't as present in people's lives at the moment.
As you can see with hospitalizations, although it goes down from the initial very high 90+%, goes down to around 78 or 80%, nonetheless, it's still at a high level, relatively speaking.
Cases are going down, but I mean, the deaths are still at like 2,400 a day.
Recently put out in the MMWR, their Vision Network. I want you to
I saw this story out of Australia. How Omicron wave smashed hospitals. Healthcare workers are desperate for the public to know what's been happening in our hospitals as the Omicron wave peaked in Sydney last month. Background briefing was following them. Thought it was going to be a news report on Christmas Day killed a lot of people. But it's actually a bunch of stories about like Christmas Day in the ER. I want to read that story. That was ABC from Australia. U.S. excess deaths during pandemic surpassed 1 million, with COVID killing at most, but other diseases adding to the toll. The United States has recorded more than 1 million excess deaths since the start of the pandemic. Government mortality statistics show I'm not high enough for this shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know what you're going through, and I sympathize with it. Because I'm pretty sure Sparkles gave it to me, but she went and took a test. This was back in like August. She went and took a test. Negative, but there's a lot of cases of false negatives. Man, did it hit me hard. No, you can never be high enough for this shit. Well wishes, and if you can, have a hot toddy. Get tea, honey, lemon, and whiskey. Get that shit as hot as you can stand it. Chug it. Coat the throat. Breaks up the congestion. And get you a little drunk so you forget about how bad you feel. It's a awesome home remedy. They are finally mailing out the free test as of like a week ago. All right, I found this video on Peterson. I don't know if it is Jordan Peterson, but supposedly it'll let us know what the truckers want.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with Mr. Benjamin Dichter, who's the owner-operator of his own rig and integrally involved with the organization and ongoing activities of the Truckers Convoy in Ottawa. And so Mr. Dichter has something to read to us today which outlines what the truckers have accomplished and wanted to accomplish and hope to still accomplish. And
What have they accomplished?
in a really good way
I
of
am
informing
interested to hear
everyone in as
this.
direct a manner as possible of what the aims of this protest movement. What are the aims of this protest movement? So, Mr. Dichter, thank you for being willing to talk to me, and I'll let you.
He
say
fried
what you
his
want me
brain.
Also, to take it from here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, thank you, Jordan. And so we just prepared a statement that can really solidify some of the basics so nobody's confused. So I'm going to read exactly what our statement is. The Freedom Convoy is a peaceful and loving demonstration based on the principles of unity and respect for all Canadians. We have come to Ottawa with two very simple demands. One, the government end all COVID mandates. And two, the federal government remove its digital COVID tracking app called ArriveCan as a requirement to re-enter Canada. We have not anticipated the third
ArriveCan.
freedom in all Canadians after 2 long years of restrictions and harsh lockdowns, which in the minds of sensible Canadians,
Canada was a little
are
more strict
not
than
in the
the
spirit
U.S., but
of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms
still.
and our esteemed Constitution. The supporters of our convoy have come from all walks of life and have been a source of unification for Canadians from across all provinces and cultures. We are not a group interested in identity politics or racial divisions. We are, in fact, open to all people who want to share their love and help with the revival of the Canadian identity. The Freedom Convoy leadership spans the country and comes from
An appeal to an identity and a mythology.
rural and urban communities. All
No
who have an
actual
ambition for unification,
Political
and
action.
freedom.
Removal of all the
Our
mandates and
demands have not
lockdowns.
changed from day one. End the mandates and end the past.
This is not a workers'
and we'll all
movement.
go back home to
Where's
our
where's the
communities
demand for
and our
higher
businesses
wages?
and help Canada heal from the COVID years. There have been many demands attributed to us that are not our demands, primarily from the legacy media. We do not want to overthrow the government. We do not want to remove any of our elected officials from power. That's what elections are for. We do not want confrontation with the good people of law enforcement within our organization and within our crowds.
Now, I've seen conflicting
countless
reports about
first
the way law
responders
enforcement
and
have treated
military
them, which that
veterans
makes
who
perfect
are all
sense.
proud of the Ottawa Police. We do not wish for military action. We want nothing other than for our peaceful and loving demonstrations, as well as our community outreach, to help inspire
Peaceful
our
and
fellow
loving.
Canadians to have a voice and to appreciate the freedoms which we are fortunate enough to have and which many others in the world struggle to achieve. We also would ask that our political class and the legacy media tone down their rhetoric. The era of slander and indiscriminately labeling fellow citizens with pejoratives or as racists needs to come to an end. We need to talk openly and respect one another, but we cannot achieve this if our political class continues to behave in such an unparliamentary manner, while the legacy media attacks the very people they are supposed to reach. The unifying goal.
This has all the hallmarks
is
of just right-wing
we want to
nonsense.
return to a normal life.
Scrub Lord, what's going on?
No
You
matter
want some
where
attention,
one
don't
lies
you?
On the political spectrum. Now is the time, and the first courageous step would be for the federal government to remove these divisive policies of mandates and data tracking of our citizens and allow us all to heal together. Peace, love, and unity is the future of the Canadian identity. Let's inspire the world to follow us on this journey of enlightenment. That's all.
Now, the removal
Right.
of these
Well, so
cameras,
that
is
in a
that
nutshell
so
is
that they
what
can't
the
overwork?
protest and the
truckers?
truckers protest in Ottawa do.
Because I mean, like, look, this dude's in a nice hotel.
Statement as we're likely to
This
manage
dude probably
the
owns a
legacy at
trucking
this point in
company.
time. So, Mr. Dichter, thank you very much for your willingness to share that and for your forthrightness with me and with your fellow Canadians.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, well, we can all pray for peace and stability and
Pray for peace. I don't know who this motherfucker is. What's a diamond engraver? Article published. Businessman. Owner of a digital printing service. Him attacking one of the articles about how the Trucking Alliance condemned the convoy. Lesson in propaganda. Notice the following. The tone of the article, the scary unvaccinated truckers. A photo from a Stephen King novel. Like, it's possible that is from a Stephen King novel, but that is just a stock photo. And whatever this news service is, also subscribe to the same stock photo company that they use to put on a print of a Stephen King novel. Apparently, Benjamin is a controversial figure who was once labeled an Islamophobe. Various conspiracy theories back in 2014. Currently, he is making headlines again for his involvement in setting up a GoFundMe page for the truckers' protest currently going on in Canada. Apparently, this is his Twitter. On with Tucker Carlson. Is associating with people I find untrustworthy. How is that a working class movement? This dude is apparently a business owner, not a worker. Also, this is very little information to go off of. What does that mean, Scrub Lord? Do you want to have a conversation? Do you want to get on the Discord? Give me a call, 917-83. Oh no, I mean it's the Troll Patrol. I try to get them to talk to me. I would love to have a conversation with him. Let him tell us all about his views. Yeah, he's not the working class. He's bougie asshole. Not a working class movement. I don't know what you're talking about, freaks. Justin Freakin'. I have the Freak Store. That's just a name. That's just a title I go by, right? You seem to want attention. I would love to give you some attention. Oh, I might not have the phones up. Good job, Joe Manchin. Sounds like you're the real freak. What? Once again, Manchin, a millionaire, talking down to the real working people from his yacht. The phone lines are open. Discord is open. It is the debate freaking voice chat channel in Discord. Link is below. I think you can bang Discord or whatever on Twitch and pull it up. Please come on and tell us your views. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I could make so much money if I was a right winger. Aggressive as I am, they would love me. You got nothing intelligent to say, so I've got nothing to argue back with. So my apologies. We're gonna move on to old lady Kennedy talking to us about how the Biden administration are spending like drunken sailors. So this should be good.
If many Americans won the lottery tomorrow, the first thing they would do is fill up their gas tank. I'm not sure that President Biden understands that. The Biden administration claims
I don't even have a car.
they are for the little gal or the little guy, but they sure don't seem to like them very much.
I can't imagine like
a more
wanting to fill up your tank is so that you can get back and forth to work. That's kind of a getting back and forth to work thing.
This inflation, which has characteristics of both demand,
If you won the lottery, you'd probably hang out in bed for a few days.
is a direct result of
I don't have
President
to do
Biden's
shit.
economic policies. President Biden, of course, denies that. President Biden has blamed
I'd buy a fuck ton of pot.
President Biden has blamed inflation.
I'd move to a pot farm.
President Biden has blamed inflation on greedy businesswomen and greedy businessmen.
I don't think Biden has done any of that shit. I think that's like people on Twitter might have criticized that.
I expect President Biden next to say that inflation originated in a bat. But it didn't. It began with the economic policies of the president. What can we as members of Congress do about it?
There's a fantastic candidate running against old lady Kennedy
Force
for Senate in Louisiana. It's the dude that
administration to retake
lit up a blunt on his commercial. He burned the Confederate flag. We watched both of those videos. They were amazing.
stopping spending.
I can't remember his name.
Like we were drunken sailors. Actually, we're worse than drunken sailors because drunken sailors stop spending when they run out of money. And Congress doesn't. And we can help by
Gary Chambers Jr. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Rick Scott.
Who's fucked up anything? Because it's like Kennedy's out here bitching about the Biden administration spending like drunken sailors. The Build Back Better didn't pass. The only thing that's passed was that like $1.5 trillion infrastructure bill that was negotiated with the Republicans. What the fuck is Kennedy even talking about? They haven't passed anything. It's just been continuing resolutions of the same fucking budget. And that's what they're about to do again, I assume. The Republicans may shut down the government, but we'll hear about that in just a second.
Thank you, Senator. Let me just say what Senator Portman was too kind to say about the impact on inflation around our country, and specifically in places like Ohio and South Carolina and so many other states around the country. In 1982, the inflation rate this month was 7.5%. You want to know who's going to win the Super Bowl, all you got to do is a look back at 1982 and realize that in 2022, 40 years later, the inflation rate is 7.5%. The last time the Bengals lost.
Solid logic there.
Lost a Super Bowl, inflation was 7.5%. Some thought it was because of the Rams receiver, Mr. Cup. Others thought it was because of the defensive player, Mr. Donald. The truth of the matter is that the impact of inflation even cost the Bengals the Super Bowl. You agree?
I totally agree.
I thought you would, sir. I thought you would. Yes.
That makes absolutely no sense
Mom, Michelle,
whatsoever.
over the weekend. Her gas prices are up in South Carolina nearly 50% over the last 12 months. Her pay is up 4%. 10 times more expensive for gas for a mom with 2 kids. I spoke with Brian, a newlywed, looking forward to the promise of.
But he's not speaking to us. He's speaking like fucking.
For a home. But
What was his name? Scrub Lord. Scrub Lord fucking loved that. That was a great quip for him.
Of his dollars going down precipitously.
Tim Scott, South
We
Carolina.
could talk about the transitory nature of inflation. We could talk about the growth or the lack thereof of our GDP. But the truth of the matter is that the Democrats and Mr. Biden, President Biden, continue to ask the American people to believe what he is saying as opposed to what they are seeing. They are seeing the loss of spending power because they can't afford the price of gas per gallon.
The Bengals couldn't afford the price of gas per gallon. They didn't have enough gas to get to the end zone.
A down payment on a house. We can do better.
I could be a Republican
It's
politician.
not about Republicans, not even about
I'll
Democrats.
just put an R out from my name and say some stupid shit.
The American people. Mr.
I can
President,
cut my hair and everything. I couldn't do it looking like this. Couldn't go in with my, Jesus loves you, but I don't go fuck yourself shirt. But I could totally I could pull that off. I clean up nice. I should go be a Republican politician. Just as a fucking joke. Fucking A. I remember what the price per gallon was in 2005, 2006. After Katrina. That was when, it was its highest ever. I don't know what Republicans are talking about. The lowest, since I was a fucking kid under Clinton, it was 90 cents a gallon when I first started driving. I lived in a place that was kind of expensive anyway. It was probably 70 cents a gallon in most places. I'm from the hills. You gotta haul that shit a little further. Cucky Boy Schumer. They don't have to know what they're talking about. A lot of them don't. There are some smart Republicans. But goddamn, there are some stupid. Maybe Tim Scott is playing, but he seemed like he's not that bright. You don't have to be bright. You don't have to be bright to be a Republican. You just got to say the right shit to them. And if they are a group that they can use, parade around and say that they're not homophobic, perhaps, or if they to parade around and say that they're not racist. But he could be a very intelligent man that, is just on the gravy train. I was president of the Young Republicans in high school. But I had, okay, so here's the cool thing. I had a really phenomenal social studies teacher that actually taught us history and shit. And my idea of Republicans was based on how she described Eisenhower. And that's not what the Republicans were in the 2000 election where I campaigned for George W. Bush. I didn't understand the significance of that election at the time. All I had to do was smoke pot. Smoking pot and I was also listening to music that had a political message and shit, like System of a Down and Disturbed and Tool and shit. Tool got me onto Bill Hicks, and we're invading Iraq again with George Bush as president, and I'm discovering Bill Hicks my senior year of high school, freshman year of college, and his comedy just fucking hits perfect because all of his current material was political, and it was the same shit happening. The mustard choice, that was absurd. That was absurd. I felt good that in the 2008 election, so by 2004, I'm Bush is an idiot. I was what the fuck is going on? I'm hardcore anti-war. And I totally campaigned for Kerry. I was behind Howard Dean until he got tossed out of the race. But I campaigned for Kerry. I had a Kerry bumper sticker on my truck and shit. I felt good about the 2008 election, helping fucking Obama beat Hillary. That was the bigger triumph to me. That I like anybody but fucking Hillary. And Obama was the one that had the populist message and was the outsider, it seemed. I was into Ron Paul for a bit. I was not so Ron Paul is a lot different than Rand Paul. I mean, not anymore. He's totally on the gravy train of the right-wing grift now too. He sees where it's at. He says some batshit crazy stuff now. But 20 fucking years ago, Ron Paul was sticking it to the man. The whole Tea Party shit, I was kind of checked out for it because I went back to college at that time. I didn't understand the significance of all that shit. The lacking in the 2010 midterms. I mean, I was aware that it happened. I was also fucking doing a lot of other things. And I checked out of politics. And then, Bernie announced his candidacy, and I was all, because I knew who Bernie was years and years ago. Tom Hartman. I listened to Tom Hartman religiously all through the 2000s, and he had a segment called Brunch with Bernie on once a month on a Friday, maybe every other week or something like that. And fucking always look forward to Brunch with Bernie. Just as soon as Bernie is announcing presidency, I'm there. Fucking yes, this is the motherfucker that needs to be president. And then I was hardcore back into politics again. I was a libtard that checked out during the Obama administration. I cannot stand Rand Paul, and I want Charles Booker to beat Rand Paul. There are some really good candidates that could take out some senators. I'm kind of confident that the Democrats are going to keep the Senate. because I think there's some races that they're gonna pull some upsets. Rand Paul may very well be one of them. It's all about turning out the youth vote. See what Chucky Schumer, who I wish would retire. God damn, I want all these crusty fucks to retire.
On the CR. Before the end of the week, the Senate must come to an agreement to pass a short-term extension of government funding in order to give appropriators more time to complete a year-long omnibus. It's the most responsible thing we can do.
The budget was due in October.
Bipartisan work.
This is
no one, and certainly
fucked
not
up.
my Republican colleagues, want a
Novak's
Republican government shutdown.
Kovacic.
So I'm hopeful that they will cooperate with us to pass.
Thank you for being a freaking follower.
Which every single Democrat wants to happen, and will cooperate to make sure that it happens. Once again, I thank Chairman Leahy and Ranking Member Shelby for their leadership and for working in good faith to arrive at a year-long spending agreement. I also commend my colleagues in the House, Chairman DeLauro and Ranking Member Granger, Democrat and Republican, for their work. A year-long omnibus is 1,000 times better than relying on CRs, continuing resolutions, to look.
I agree. That's why you should have passed the budget back in October. That's what the Build Back Better was. It was a budget.
Both sides will keep working together on drafting legislation to fund the government so it can fully serve the American people while keep us safe here at home. And
So they passed a continuing resolution to just keep funding the government at the same level.
Continuing resolution, the short-term funding of the government, is passed by this chamber.
Like, you would think he would know better, right? That's why he's got to get out of the way. We need people that are actually going to fucking fight. He's a relic from a different time. But then there's, fucking Bernie.
Mr. President, it's important, I think, that we acknowledge a very simple truth that few people.
He's going to lay some truth on us.
We are living at this moment in the most difficult time.
It's just going to suck if the Democrats lose the House and retain the Senate. They're not going to be able to pass any legislation.
Anxious, feeling depressed, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling confused, if you are feeling angry, you are not alone. Many millions of Americans feel exactly the same way. This pandemic,
Bernie bombs,
has had a devastating and horrific
Roberto,
impact
being a
on
freaking
our
follower.
country. Over 900,000 people have died from COVID, and tens of millions have been made ill. Many thousands of workers have lost their jobs simply because they went about doing their jobs. They had to go to work. They were critical workers. And many thousands died as a result. And in the midst of the pandemic, in an unprecedented way, millions of other workers have chosen to find new employment paths. They've given up their old jobs. But it's not just working people who have been impacted. It has been a terrible time for the young people of our country. The education of our younger generation, from childcare to graduate school,
Chuck Schumer doesn't know anything about that shit.
Disrupted in a way that we have never seen in the modern history of this country. But again, it's not just for workers or the children, it is for elderly people. You have senior citizens in this country who have died at alarmingly high rates, but in addition to that, they have been.
If you ask Charlie Kirk, the problem is you got to protect the children from 50 Cent and women gyrating next to him. That's the only problem we have as a nation right now. Charlie Kirk. And that was,
You live in sexual anarchy?
Been isolated over the last several years because of fear of catching the virus, which means that they can't come in contact with their kids or their grandchildren. They can't get out of the house.
Bernie's pissed he hasn't been able to
they are
see
hurting
his
as a
grandchildren.
result. In America today, it is no great secret, it's an issue we're trying to deal with, that mental illness is on the rise. Drug addiction, alcoholism, and domestic violence.
Thank you for being a freaking follower.
These are difficult and, in fact, unprecedented times within our lives. But what I want to point out
we're getting some
is that while the vast majority of people in our country are hurting emotionally, they're hurting economically.
Holy shit.
These are not difficult times for everybody. That's an important point to be made. In fact, I want to start off with, if I might, some really, really good news.
Wow.
If you are a billionaire in this country or a CEO of a large corporation, for those people, these times
I don't even know how they're doing it because I don't even get the numbers from it.
very good. In fact, if you are one of the very richest,
I don't know how they're
this moment
for the
right
podcast.
now,
I'm getting like
for you than any time
hate bombed. Like people following me and just filling up the screen with
are at an all-time high.
Emotes and shit.
CEOs, heads of large corporations, have seen huge increases in their compensation packages. And let me just give you a few.
This is wild.
Everybody in America is worried about the high price of gas. We drive around, and today gas prices are higher than they were yesterday. But while gas prices are soaring, shock of all shock, oil company profits are now higher than they have been in over 7 years. Gas prices are soaring, and
hold on, I fixed it.
Large oil companies are making huge profits. In fact, in the last quarter, ExxonMobil, Chevron.
Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going with you?
That's fantastic, man. I'm doing great. So I am a streamer over at cozy.tv. Are you familiar with the site?
Okay, you're one of the people that are like bombarding me in Twitch, right?
Well, yeah, you could definitely say that.
Okay.
Do you know what cozy.tv is?
I have no clue. Please educate me.
Cozy.tv is a site ran and owned by Nick Fuentes. Do you know who that is?
He's a piece of shit.
Really? You think so?
I do.
Why is that?
He is a right-wing propaganda. So why would you do something like this?
Well, I'm assuming that you're vaccinated. Would I be correct?
Yes.
Well, that's exactly why I would do something like this to you. Because you're gross.
Why am I gross?
Because you're a fucking coward cuck.
What does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean? You've given in to the system.
What?
While other people lose their jobs and livelihoods over a real issue that we despise and stand against, and you just roll over and get fucked in your ass.
Let me ask you a question. So
yeah,
what is your issue with the vaccine? Because you're like if you got a rusty nail, if you got a rusty nail stuck in your foot, would you go get a tetanus shot?
You want to know the
No. Answer my question.
Way to think about it. That is such a stupid way.
Why is that a stupid way to think about it? Like you trust other vaccines, right?
The tetanus shot, retard, is very easy to understand. The tetanus shot is not.
Oh, you don't understand mRNA technology? Is that what it is?
Because it's mRNA, it needs to be federally mandated. My bad, I didn't realize that.
Where is it federally mandated exactly?
Well, it's going to be if we don't put our foot down, and you know that's exactly where this is going.
No, I know the sectors that there are federal mandates. Do you?
I know there are multiple. I know there are multiple in the healthcare industry.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
If you look towards
what else?
Canada.
What else?
If you look towards Canada, obviously they tried to mandate it on the truckers. If you look at Australia, it is.
No. Is anybody that's crossing the border into Canada?
What?
Like 90% of Canadian truckers are vaccinated.
Who do you think is being affected by that?
Like we did the story earlier.
Military is being federally
military
mandated to take it.
Yes. They're and do you know all the other vaccinations they are mandated, because they're mandated to take a lot.
Yes, I'm well aware, but you don't understand. This is coming to every single American. If you can't see the big picture here,
what the fuck is it? No.
Across America,
In the military,
civilians,
in the military,
citizens,
dude, do you want to have a conversation with me or not? Because I can just turn you off.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so like, in the military, they're mandated to take all kinds of vaccinations.
Yeah,
way more,
really
way more than you have to do to go to school or anything.
That's really not what I'm talking about. I'm talking.
Why is it? If what's the legal rationale that if you can mandate those vaccines?
It is, and you're so brain dead. How do you not see that?
I'm not being mandated to take a vaccine. I took it like of my own volition.
You will be. That's where this is headed.
That's a slippery slope argument.
Well, yeah, it is.
Why are people saying like Christ is king and shit?
Because Christ is king.
What does that mean?
He is the King of Kings.
Can you elaborate? Maybe you'll. I've actually got.
I don't need. I mean, look.
I've got my Jesus bandana on.
Just for you to read the Bible. If you
I've got Jesus on my shirt right now. Who are you? Who are you to come in here and talk to me?
Do you believe
about my love of? Do not question my faith. Do not question my faith, young man.
Do you believe in Jesus?
There is a character named Jesus that exists in the world.
Oh, so you're a literal fucking.
No, a literal would be a bundle of sticks like tied together.
No, you are a literal.
A literal. It would be a bundle of sticks tied together.
You are a piece of shit.
Why? Like you're making accusations.
Jewish, by the way?
You're making accusations. I'm not. Not that there would be anything wrong with being Jewish. Jesus was Jewish.
Well, you're denying Christ. It's very odd.
How am I denying Christ?
You're denying
there is a mythology that exists around a character named Christ.
For our sins and rose again on the third day.
That is mythology.
That is not mythology.
That didn't happen. Well, prove it then.
Well, there are 40,000 affidavits that corroborate one another's stories. And in a court of law, I would say that would be pretty damn good proof.
What affidavits? What?
No, I mean, I'm talking in a legal sense, right? If you want to put this in perspective of a court of law, 40,000 people.
Where's this court of law at?
Throughout history.
Okay, like there are no contemporaries.
Exactly every single time.
There are no
There are quite a few written in.
There are
the
no
Bible.
Contemporaries like from Christ's time.
Now, if you want
that
to
existed.
That truth and continue to be retarded.
No. Like let's talk about like primary sources for the Bible and shit.
What does your flag say, by the way? What does your flag say, by the way?
It says right wingers are morons. It has what's called the moron snake. It's in the it's in the
emotes.
Why
are they morons?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like you've just
so
walked over me.
Whenever I say something, I don't have to explain it, or I have to explain it, but you don't have to explain what you mean. Explain it. What do you mean?
Now you're doing like a Jedi mind trick on me. What?
It's pretty easy when you're a literal drug addict.
I'm a literal drug. You like using the word literal.
Yeah, because it's literally the truth.
I mean, aren't we all? Like, do you like caffeine?
No.
Chocolate? You're not a fan.
I drink bubbly, not soda. But yeah, you're a literal drug addict.
You have a really good voice.
Okay? So fix that shit, okay?
You sound like you're cute too.
Stop being a.
Do you?
Seriously?
No. Like I'm openly pansexual. Like this is not any revelation.
Were you molested as a child? Were you molested?
No. I had a perfectly fine childhood with parents that loved me. Probably.
Is it a sick? Is it some type of trauma? I'm sure that's probably what it is, right?
No, there's no trauma in my life.
Yeah, okay. I know that's not the truth.
I
know that's not the truth.
I really like your voice. Sounds like you're a very charming individual, and you've been able to handle
I
yourself.
am. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very charming.
So I want to know more about you.
Okay, what do you want to know?
I want where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the southeast for the most part.
In the southeast, yeah. See, I'm from the.
Okay, very cool.
So what kind of upbringing did you have? Did you have nice parents?
Yeah, I had great parents, middle class.
Were you raised in the church?
Yes.
When did you first give your life over to Christ?
I was 10 years old.
What made you see the light?
I mean, at that point in my life, I don't know, because there was kind of a disconnection. If we're gonna talk seriously about this.
Yeah, please lay it on me.
and
Like,
high
are you
school,
for
right?
real?
So-
You're not trolling me with the whole Jesus thing. Like, you're really into Jesus?
No. Yeah, I am saved. I am a true Christian. So yeah, in high school, I reconnected with my faith, and and it was sort of this awakening. You really can't describe it fully, but it came from a friend of mine really guided me back to my faith, and I started doing my research, and I started going to church more. I started going to Bible study 3 times a week in 3 different denominations, just to get a better understanding and to continue to learn about the Word of God, right? So I did that, and I grew in my faith, and I got stronger in my relationship with God, and it was awesome.
Can you tell me what branch of Christianity?
I'm currently looking into Catholicism, but all my life I've been a Baptist.
Interesting. Well, that makes it you're from the southeast. That would make sense that you were a Baptist.
Were you ever a part of a church?
Yes. I actually went to a Christian school for a year, but it was like my 8th grade year. It was very impactful.
And what happened?
I had a great time. It was here's the thing is it was a really cool Christian school, and they taught evolution the way I learned it in college, a few years later. It was just God set this in motion, and there was no problem, there was no conflict. And then when I went to public school, there was this real asshole teacher.
I believe in microevolution.
What do you mean microevolution?
Small.
Yeah, I know what micro means, but
not like we came from apes.
We didn't come from apes.
What happened to your stream? On Twitch?
Everything looks fine right now.
Says offline, my friend.
Did you guys crash my following me?
No, we did not crash it. There's no way for us to crash it.
I do not know. I'm still going. I'm still on YouTube.
Well, that's good.
What drew you to my program here?
Yeah, we have fun. We like to raid people and do a little trolling. And we saw it was the Troll Patrol. So, we figured you better get ready. If you were really patrolling the trolls.
I'm totally ready. Can you tell?
Yeah.
I
think you may have gotten banned on Twitch.
Why would I get banned on Twitch?
I said it, I think.
Yeah, why'd you do that? Too. What kind of you're motivated by Christ and you come in here and throwing around what's up with that? Oh, I said it a bunch of times.
What is a faggot?
God damn it. I said it in the literal sense.
What's a I did too. I said you're literally a faggot. What does that mean?
A bundle of sticks, motherfucker.
Exactly. None of us said anything wrong.
God damn it. Why you gotta do that to me for?
But do what?
You gotta come in here and throw around slurs and shit.
That's not a slur.
I'm cool with you. What's up with that?
That's not a slur. That's literally not a slur.
That's what I said. Like you.
You said it.
But yeah, you're right. Fuck it. You came in and provoked me. Why you gotta do that? I was just reading the news. We were watching kind old Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, well, he's a cocksucker too. All right, buddy. Hey, God bless you. Thanks for hanging out, man. TV, okay?
What a motherfucker.
Cozy.tv/.
Fuck all the way off. Who knows if they even work for Nick Fuentes? Oh, but I love taking calls from randos. The call was the best part of that. That was good content. Well, this is interesting. That's what I get for fucking trolling right wingers all the time. God damn, they're pieces of shit. A temporary suspension. Able the ability to log in. Wow. It's not going to benefit me because they made me lose my... Yeah, I'll have to appeal. Supposedly Twitch is really good. Holy shit. That is wild. Supposedly Twitch is really good and you can actually get somebody on the phone pretty easily. They're really understanding about shit. I should be able to get it back tomorrow, but wow. Wow. I mean, I'm asking for it. And the phone call was good content. Yes. And I said it as well, but like, I bet a lot of people have that response to it. At least people that like play along and shit. Or he's just trying to goad me and shit. That's just insane. I can't believe that happened. I guess I should probably take that down from YouTube as well after I get finished with the stream. I mean, I get banned all the time. That's the truth. I guess I gotta go clean out the Discord as well. Oh. Does YouTube not care? Hurt people, hurt people. I was gonna try to hit on him, and then all the Twitch shit happened. They knew what was going on. Wild. Well, this has been an interesting night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm dumbfounded. I wasn't using it as a slur because he said literal. Well, literally it means, and I repeated it, and I shouldn't have done that. I fell right into a trap. And trying to be open with my and edgy. All the people like Christ is King and shit. Like fucking the chat was wild. I feel honored. Like I feel honored that I got targeted. I must be doing something right. That's cool. But like, what do you mean by trap exactly? And you don't have to answer that, QAnon. I was being a little pervy. Oh, I gotta get my Twitch back though. Twitch was like, I've never done anything wrong. I've never had any kind of strike against me. Never had any kind of ban or anything. That's why I figured I'd just be able to log back in and be like, oh, you're banned for 24 hours. I don't know what they did to like get me like disabled. I should be able to fix that. I have video evidence that it happens. Aww. I just hit the bong. I had just like gotten. What am I like? What do I do to? Go back to Bernie. Just gonna spend the rest of the night watching animal videos. I'm gonna pull up some more. Here's a porcupine. This is the one that I had for tonight. We're gonna watch more. I'll pull up animal videos. Come on, I got a whole cache of them. If you might be new here, that's what I do. I play an animal video at the end of the show. I'll go back and play others. Damn, that's fucking cute. Noises and everything. We got noises. I feel like he's even making eye contact with us. Do you think they were actually involved with Nick Fuentes? Or are they just saying that? Was that an example of the hate raid? Because when they did the protest on Twitch against hate raids, I participated. Like, you can send the hate raids to me, is what I said. I have to look that word up. They kept using it. I don't know exactly what it means. Group of white nationalists and far white activists, provocateurs, and internet trolls. Oh. That doesn't, why would you do that? What about that ideology makes any sense? I wanted to know. I was actually trying to have a conversation with him. Sounded cute. I don't know how I can describe it, but he sounded like he'd be cute. Maybe even repressed. American nationalism, anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, Christian right, paleo-conservative, white nationalism.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Fuck, I still got there's... Oh, maybe how are they still bombing my stream? I've got it turned off on this screen.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Okay, maybe that's all right. I really wanted to hit that while he was talking about Jesus. Hitting still. I've heard the name. I don't exactly know who he is. I wouldn't be able to recognize. It sounded like someone who was very charismatic. Theater kid, if you will. Self was a theater kid. I mean, I troll a lot of right-wing spaces, but it's, pretty mainstream media figures that I'm trying to pick on. Matt Walsh being a prime example. I'm still dumbfounded. I'm proud of myself. I thought I made it entertaining. All things considered. I calmed him down. He had probably achieved his goal by the time that I'm calming him down. He's just He's waiting for it to kick in to gloat about it. I mean, if that gets featured on some right-wing show, it could have a very good effect for me. But also, I don't know who Nick Fuentes is. I'd rather watch puppies. Rub, the troll from earlier that came in and started it. So we had that scrub guy. I assume a guy. Been a good 5 minutes probably. Oh, I probably could build in a delay. I didn't know that they considered themselves a white supremacist. I'm stoned over here. I just finished Yakuza 3 not that long ago. I don't know why I brought up the video game. Not speaking of the video game. I got like hate rated, and I said words that got me banned. Apparently, I should be able to talk to Twitch and get my Twitch. Very weird. If I had known what was going on, I probably would have hung up. Like, they were also saying shit in my chat and stuff. Yeah, I've got everything on video. Not only is it like going out other places, but like a hate raid. Oh, I tell me. I was just trying to turn the emotes off on screen. They were following me on Twitch just all at once. I was gonna try to hit on the dude that called in. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. I wonder where I came across them, like if it's just like crossover with the whole Matt Walsh bullshit. I don't know when the last time I checked Twitch was, but there's like 7 people watching. I wish I could teach the cats to piss in the toilet. Could have been it. I'm like, it's been a while since I got that shout out on Walsh though. Grub came in and hung out for a little bit and got a feel of the place. Now, if they make content off of it, I want to be able to respond and shit, right? Like what kind of, or did they just do it for the love of dicks? No offense to dicks. I'll suck a nice. I'm totally not the size of Bosch or they got scouts. I mean, I'm asking for it. It's the Troll Patrol. Add Twitch to the list of things that I've gotten banned on. Holy fuck. Enough for this shit. Nick Fuentes was at February 6th. Fucking God, why doesn't the FBI have him? I don't have to deal with his ass. Where does a Nick Fuentes exist? How does it? Where do I go to pick on Nick Fuentes? I will see if I can do that for you. Didn't know I had the power to give that OZTV is a real thing. I gotta go to their like server. Okay. I'm still dumbfounded. I thought the call was good content though. I'm not though. I'm not really rising through the ranks. I don't. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. I'm just. I've been fucking with a God damn, I've been fucking with a personality. He didn't seem to know anything about Twitch. I wouldn't think he would know about Twitch. He might know a Nick Fuentes. Like a radio personality. I tried to get him to have a debate with me. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to it, but like I feel like I handled the call. Like it was good content. Should I take it down from YouTube? Possible, and re-upload it with like. Do that. Just playing animal. Do not know what that lady was getting ready to do to that. Getting ready to rate a channel on Twitch, but like I can't do that. I don't have Twitch right now. Check them out. I've not heard of Actual Jake. I'll do that, Spider Pickle. I will check them out. Fucking Matt Walsh is an easy target to make fun of. So I understand showing that clip. Does he eat corn? Does he dress looking like corn? What's the corn connection? The corn man. He is corn. I mean, I like corn, so who doesn't like corn? And that's the dresses like corn. I might raid Goat versus Fish if I had a Twitter to Twitch to raid. Fun. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. I guess I'll see you tomorrow night. Who knows? Maybe I'll be banned. There's gonna be a tornado. It's hard telling what's gonna happen.